Hey,
How are
Kim.
you?
I'm doing fantastic. High five.
High five. All right. So today is one of my most favorite days at CAR.
Is it because it's Monday?
No,
Okay, I'm listening.
it's because we get to meet all these wonderful people, you included, and give away money to amazing organizations. So you're here today not just to grace us with your great humor, but you're also here today representing
Salisbury Neighborhood Housing.
Salisbury Neighborhood Housing. And tell us about Salisbury Neighborhood Housing, how you're involved, and the amazing things that they do for the community.
Yeah, so one of the things that I had learned today, even after serving the community for the past few years, is that we're helping to impact and create.
No, you don't have to look there. You can look
create
at me.
memories.
I just want to make sure we're on.
Yeah, it's all good, but we're talking to the people out there as
We
well.
are,
But
we are.
helping to impact the communities out there and helping to create memories. So when I met a representative, Michelle, with Salisbury Neighborhood Housing, it meant a lot to me and for what I do to know that there was more. And once you find that there's more that you actually can do, because sometimes there's a lot of more, but you just can't do it. But now I'm like, hey, we have abilities. We have more families that we can touch because of the programs that are available, the resources that are available, the tools that are available, the education that's available. So it started in an education route for me. They asked me to come on board to speak to a crowd of people and talk about homebuyer education. So that alone was enough for me. I was like, that was my more, because
Sure.
education is everything, right? Well, they say knowledge is power, but applied knowledge is power. So months later, I was actually able to apply that knowledge, working with a first-time home buyer. It was a family of 6. It was a mom and 5 children.
Wow.
And even through that process, we had the roller coaster of real estate, kind of happen. Medical things popped up, repair issues with under contract. Those things popped up. But Salisbury Neighborhood Housing was so pivotal in helping this transaction move forward because of their requirements and the things that they were looking for, and making sure that the family was not just trying to get by, but they were protected as far as the condition of the home, the price of the home, like everything was just kind of working in play. For good local lenders like we have partnered up with, plus a good team with Salisbury Neighborhood Housing, we were able to get through the finish line and put that family in a home, coming from a not so nice situation to a beautiful situation that their family will be able to love and enjoy for years to come. And everybody was all smiles. It wasn't kind of like we were just buying a house just to kind of pacify a situation. Like, they literally loved this house. And I was able to work with another realtor, one of my first mentors in the industry, who was able to kind of help and coach me through the situation. She was happy because she's seen their story before I met them. She referred me to them to be able to work with them and get them through the finish line. And we not only just help people get into the home of their dreams, or even just kind of help their situation for now, we walk with them through the rest of their journey. So it's not like a transactional situation. We build relationships in our community. And again, bouncing back and forth with Salisbury Neighborhood Housing has allowed us to be able to do that more.
Right. So Michelle is who you brought with you today.
Yes.
Right. And she said that you guys even do, or the Salisbury Neighborhood Housing even does like credit repair, helps people with credit repair and that sort of thing. So it's really the whole process, right?
Yeah.
How did you get involved?
I got involved kind of by accident. If
Okay.
that makes sense.
Good accident.
A good accident, right? And sometimes, accidents happen when you actually you're in a car, you bump into people. So again, me bumping into Michelle was that good accident, and that's how I got involved. And of course, in the networking aspects, as far as partnering up, agents who are, maybe out of town, who say, hey, look, can you help with this situation? So we glued it all together. And when the programs match, and the clients match, and the agents match, it just does that. It matches. So
awesome.
That's kind of how I got partnered up with Salisbury Neighborhood Housing. I bumped into Michelle.
I bumped into Michelle. So let's say Michelle's not on the road and people aren't going to accidentally bump into her, but they're thinking, hey, I wonder what volunteer opportunities Salisbury Housing has. How can I find out about volunteering with them? What would they do?
Yeah, so in addition to Michelle, I also known for many years, Miss Jane Hoy.
Okay.
So Jane Hoy's with Salisbury Neighborhood Housing as well. She actually comes to the barbershop that I work at as well.
Oh.
Yeah, so that relationships, bumping into people, having conversations.
Right.
But I never really put those together because sometimes when you're around a person a lot, or just over time, you don't really get into the nitty gritty of actually what they do.
Right.
But then once I found out, I was like, wait, you're the person I need to talk to.
Right.
Right. So they can actually reach out to Jane Hoy as well, who'll be able
Okay.
to help, walk them through the path that they need to go through to get to the department that they need to be connected with. Because not everybody's going to need credit help. They may already have, crossed that bridge. Not
Mm-hmm.
everybody is going to, find a home that needs repairs. They may have already crossed that hurdle.
Right.
So Miss Jane Hoy, Michelle, they'll be able to point you in the right direction to get the help that they need.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, thanks so much for being here today. We really appreciate it.
No.
And in case anybody's wondering what the cute little songs in the background are, Woody brought his assistant with
My
him
helper,
today, your
yeah.
helper, Matthew, who is in the background working on his own videos.
Yes. Yeah.
All right. See? Hear that?
Right.
All right. Well, thanks so much for coming today.
Thank you for having
I'm
me.
so excited that we are able to talk about what the organization does and how it helps our community.
Yeah, absolutely. So just think programs. If you're thinking about a program, they probably have something in place to be able to help with that when it comes to those four walls and everything around it.
All right. Before we go, I think your story this morning was super powerful.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about a little boy and a little red wagon pushing up the hill. Go.
Yeah, so there was a story about a little boy named Matthew.
Okay.
And Matthew was outside and, his dad bought him the red wagon. Most people think about the Flyer red wagon.
Mm-hmm.
And back in the day, they were metal, right?
Yeah.
Now they're plastic.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, they're plastic.
I'm
now.
so back
And
in
they
the
cost
day.
much more. I had a metal one growing up. But he was outside and he was pushing the wagon and there was a hill that was coming up. And he said, hey, I got to get this wagon up the hill. And you know how it is going up a hill without a wagon. That could be a little bit much.
Right.
So he was pushing up the hill and he got a little further up and he was like, man, I can't get this wagon up the hill. And his dad was like, well, push a little harder. Give it all you got. And he's like, I'm giving it all I got. And he keeps pushing. He's like, but I'm giving it all I got. And the dad's like, give it all you got. And the little boy looks back and Matthew's just like, Dad, I'm tired. I've given it all I've got. I cannot get this wagon up the hill. The dad comes up to him and says, Matthew, if you were giving it all you've got, you would have asked me for help. And a lot of times we don't understand that the help is right there. Typically it talks about it being in our backyard. We don't have to go far to find it. Again, Jane was in my backyard. She was at my barbershop almost every month, right? Getting service. But I didn't know that help was that close. So when I bumped into Michelle and I talked to Jane, we put the pieces together. They were able to help us push that wagon up the hill for that family. So that's pretty much the story of Matthew and the red wagon. Hopefully that helps somebody as they're looking around or looking for help. They're looking for community programs and resources. It's already there. You just have to turn around and ask for help.
Awesome. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, Kim.